George is with us every step of the way. I think one of the first things people always wanted to ask me, well, why animation? What got you interested in doing an animated Star Wars? Well, I've always been interested in animation. That's where I started out in film school. I started out in the animation department, and I've done a few things ever since. And I really felt that there was a story of the Clone Wars that really can't be told in live action. It's far too complicated, far too expensive, where we could actually do that story in animation. Even though we were kind of taking a chance
and we'll continue to take a chance of doing a dramatic animated series, which is, falls in this Never Never Land that the real world doesn't recognize. So we continue on our merry way, and we are making it more and more adult, and we run into more and more problems. But at the same time, we're trying to do things that other people aren't doing. We are going to try to do a younger stewing show, and we're working on that. At the same time, we're doing V-Tours, which is so far out of box, doing what that is.
But to be fair, I mean, you've been talking about that. I got hired 7 years ago. You've been talking about doing a comedy series even way back then. So, I mean, it's one of those things that, if I've learned one thing, is when you say something's going to happen eventually, it definitely happens. That's true on our show. I love that. George always comes through. Greatly, and I tried to express to them that that's something that really gets supported in film animation, because the film that started versus what we're doing today is hard to compare. I mean, you notice the lighting, but the animation as well just really improved for us. So.
Well, that's always a challenge. You have limited resources. You can do things in animation that it's very hard to do in live action. Yeah. But you can get reasonably close in terms of telling the story. There was, one of the first scenes. That attack on the palace, on the jungle, and the whole thing with that's obviously a little bit of an homage to Jim Cameron, but let Jim do that for 1,000th of the cost. That little sequence probably cost 1,000% less than Avatar, and it's every bit as good.
And we only have 20. So I have to ask another thing. Did you see the Rancor downstairs?
I love that Rancor.
How about that? We should move it to Big Rock. It won't fit. It's too big. My office isn't that big. In my office, no, it won't fit. Believe me. Get a bigger office? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You guys are killing me. Don't set them up like that. What's wrong with you guys? Help me out here. I've been to every one of these. Premiere was great last night. Everybody really enjoyed it. I can ask one thing about the main villain in that, which is, why Darth Maul's coming back, and I've always told him it's just because he wanted it. So, any thoughts on Darth Maul?
Well, the one thing about animation, and the one thing about doing as many shows as we're able to do over a lot of time, on the features, you're very constricted by a story, and you have a story arc and everything, so you don't get to sort of veer very far from the main story. Where in animation, we sit there during short and go, well, why go over here? Like, we did, 4 episodes on just the droids, which you saw a little bit of, and there's nothing but droids. Only two people speak English. And it's for a long stream, for basically 80 minutes, that's a lot of, it works. It's great, and we do the same thing. I said, well, it'd be fun to see what happens if we bring Darth Maul back. He's one of my favorite characters. He got killed right away. And, we had a long discussion about whether you cut him in half and he could still be alive. But we decided that, depending on exactly where the blade went, we just thought we could justify that one. And it's been a lot of fun to have him and also be able to create his brother. And, the witches of Dathomir and take it to a whole different area that we had never really explored before.
Well, I have something interesting. This is a rare thing, which is something that you have not seen. This is going to be all nervous. I wouldn't bring it out if it wasn't good. This is our awesome 3-minute-long new trailer. Okay.
that's Gary.
No, that's not true.
What do you think? It's good, yeah?
It's weird, it's dental-like.
It looks like I have some type of growth on me, doesn't it?
It has that quality.
It actually covers the growth that I have. But, no, I digress. So how are you, my dear?
I'm good. I just brought, that was my dog Gary, that before this weekend you've never seen the ocean, sand, or a huge audience of Star Wars fans. So I wanted, those are really three things everyone should experience, yes?
Yeah, well, so now, Celebration 6, you've been here throughout the whole time. You've been just so wonderful with all the fans and signing and all that. Are you exhausted? I mean, this is a lot of work.
I'm a little more exhausted than probably usual because I'm more elderly. But please don't tell anyone.
No.
But what did someone say? Someone looked at, a little girl looked at me, she said, "You look so grown up."
Well,
It's a nice way of putting it, don't you think? She didn't say I acted grown up, which would have been inaccurate, but...
yeah, that would be nice. No, okay, so, but what a, you know, what an amazing place, and you are so kind to every fan, and we love you, and I think that is the coolest thing. She was super spend time with us, answer the questions.
No, everybody's so incredibly nice, and it's fun. You've all been nice to Gary also, which has been a very big deal for him. And no, it's been a lot of fun today. This is the most signing I think I've ever done. So, you know, no, I'm fine. Other than some mosquito bites I got in Montauk, this is a great experience.
And then he walks by and got you. So, okay, so no, you know, we can just jump right into it. You've had such a diverse and successful career, and so many different things. Do you have a secret to your success?
Sugar, lots and lots of sugar to rub it all over your body. And I think probably people pleasing.
Are you a people pleaser? Do you constantly just want to please?
I come from like a celebrity family who are just, it's like ingrained. Someone said, you know, I didn't decide to go into show business. The neater trick would be for me to stay out. So
that would have been tough though, right? I mean, because it was all around you. It was just constantly there.
I know, so I didn't, and I didn't go into it. I did this because I did Star Wars because I read the script and I thought, that is awesome. I read it with a friend of mine, we read it out loud.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play Han Solo, of course,
Yeah.
That was the best part. But there was a scene in it that they cut out later, which was that Princess Leia was supposed to be captured and hung upside down in the subterranean something on the Death Star.
And what would you be wearing?
With yellow eyes and unconscious, and then the Wookiee, Chewbacca, would carry me through water.
Really?
Now, I really feel like I missed out on that. But Peter Mayhew isn't as strong as he is tall.
Right.
So
that would have gotten away.
They cut it out.
We have a few Wookiees here. We could maybe reenact it tonight if you like.
Is there any water though? And well, there are yellow eyes though. There's some yellow eyes. That's so awesome.
It's kind of weird when you're saying you look up and then they've got the eyes.
I kind of want those, but I don't like contacts. Is anyone wearing those? Are they comfortable?
Yeah, they wear them for hours, I'm told.
Comfortable.
So, but you know, before Star Wars, you had a successful acting career. You had Shampoo.
Well, I was 19 when I, made Star Wars.
Yeah,
so.
it's amazing though how to get in all that. And so, when you got the script, you said you read it with your friends and all, but what was the feeling? Was okay, this is just going to be another thing, or this is something I want to do on my own because it is kind of different from what I've done before.
No, I thought this would be such a fun thing to do because I'd be the only girl in an all-boy fantasy.
Yeah. And
it wouldn't be a porn movie. So, 2+ is right there.
It's a bonus.
And it just looked like it would be so fun to do, and I could not imagine when we read it. It read a lot like it looked, and I just thought, how is he going to do this? It'd never been like that in a movie before.
You mentioned in your book, Wishful Drinking, which is awesome, that the title your friends were harassing you about the title Star Wars because, what was that?
They said it sounded like a fight between my original parents.
There's going to be a documentary, or something. It's going to be
yes, Star Wars or something like that. But no, it did. It sounded like a fight that my parents would have had up until recently.
And you know, it's that question also that everybody always asks you, and I love your response to that about, you know, did you know it was going to be such a hit?
Well, I just like to say yes. I knew that it was going to be, I was the only one that knew. I am psychic. I know that most of you are going to have for breakfast tomorrow, so just don't ask me. No, yeah, nothing had been that kind of a hit, so, you know, and none of us would have had anything to compare it to. It was just, they booked us to do all this publicity, and then it ended up not really needing it.
Right.
But I used to drive around, or have a friend of mine who would drive around and look at the lines. I mean, they made up the term blockbuster for that because it meant that the lines busted the block.
Is that right? That's where it came from?
You know what I mean? So I used to drive around, and I think one time it was so amazing that I think I may have, and please don't tell anyone, said, "I'm Princess Leia." These lines of people, it was amazing.
And they're like, yeah, right, whatever.
Sure. Why would you act like such an idiot?
But what was it, you know, Mark? Okay, well, you know, we do a little something here on the main stage where we like to kind of take a look back at something, and it's a little something we call
It's Star Wars Celebration 6, double take. Goodness gracious me.
we call it a double take. So what we do is we take a look at something and we want to get, because we all know it from our perspective, but we would love to get it from your perspective. And that particular thing we're doing a double take with is the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Someone, just sit them down. No, I actually, George asked me to do some favor, and I said that I would do it if he gave me the Star Wars Christmas special, because he had them taken off the market. It's so bad but here's the thing, so I got it, and I was so excited, and I got my friends over for a viewing, and it's so bad, it's not even good. I mean,
yeah, it's so bad
it's just torture.
So, like midway through, people just start
they have Wookiee Life Day, which is funny if I mean, Art Carney is in it.
You got to sing?
We celebrate the day of peace. Yeah, just and I think that was one of those deals George made before he thought the movie would be a hit.
Because, was he on the set at all? Was he around for that?
I don't remember who was around. It's just lots of Wookiees, though.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't used to that many.
A lot of Wookiees.
And it was just weird. It was as if you would have the I Love Lucy show with Wookiees. I mean, it was just honestly, there was Chewbacca, there was Mrs. Chewbacca, there was teeny children. I just wish it was as funny as it sounds. It's just...
Yeah, maybe somebody could take it and re-edit it.
That would be great, because it's dull.
Yeah.
So, somebody please get a hold of it and...
Liven it up.
Oh, you know, it would be good too if you made it one of those, rap songs. If they,
Yeah, and then have you sing... Well, actually, we do
Sample the Star Wars Christmas special.
Sample it. Well, we do have a clip of you singing. Would you like to see that? Okay, I know you like it. Here.
I hope that this day will always be a day of joy in which we can reconfirm our dedication and our courage, and more than anything else, our love for one another. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day
that day, they were all very, very quiet on that boat, right? And the first, you probably should take it off now, if people still have that but they said, I heard the first AD, Dave Tomlin, say, well, one of the men has broken his leg and the other one has sprained his wrist. The stuntmen kept falling into the Sarlacc.
They were leaping. They were so excited when they saw it.
They just leapt in there, and so it was a very lethal genital in the sand genital, I think it's called. Oh.
This is the nicest, most pleasant, like innocent thing that we've done here on this stage. Everybody else has been so crude and just, this is lovely. We do have time for one more question. Are you okay with one more question?
As long as it's about the Sarlacc pit.
James, I'm over here to your left. Vinny. Vinny, the last question, Vinny, goes to you.
Hey, Gary. In a perfect world, George would actually make the last 3 movies that we've always heard about. If he actually got up and did it, would you come back?
Oh, completely. Gary would be a good little
We should have had a Gary cam. You know, we should have had a camera back there. We could have just put him up here. You could have seen him.
Gary's been playing with these little Darth Vader dolls that talk. And so every so often I'll hear from the other one, Luke, I am your father. And it's Gary with the little toy.
Oh, we love Gary. We want to let you be able to get back. You know, we do this one thing here. As a way to remember it, you know, everybody's been taking photos all night and taking these pictures, but it's pretty much just you and I, you know, talking and then, so we have a little something that we call, go ahead and run that.
It's a Celebration 6 phony photo memory.
It's a photo memory. So everybody get your cameras ready. And is there something that you would like to do with me as the host that's a little different, something you've never really got to do before, with a kind of a freeze frame thing here, and you can
I want to spank you.
You want to spank? I'm in store for something big, and I never could have imagined all the journeys that it has taken me on. And one of the things that has been so cool is getting to do this show. And the way I've got to do it is by one person that really saw something. I mean, that is the director and the person that's putting all these things on here, Mr. Mark Renfro. And I'd like you all to give him a very big round of applause. I was doing Star Wars weekends a while ago, and he said, would you ever consider hosting one of these things? And I said, yeah, I would love to. And the rest is history, as they say. And I'm just so thrilled to be able to get these opportunities to do this, because you are the most giving, caring fans a person could ever have. Star Wars fans are the best fans in the world. And I'm a Star Wars fan too, man. I love it. I just love it. The other thing is, please, please give me a big round of applause for these people up here in the booth and in there and back here. There's too many to name right now, but these people are working and working and working to do these great shows. And I just love their life. Please. Every single one of these people loves Star Wars as much as each one of you, and they're doing this with a passion to put on great shows, and we've got a great show coming up with Carrie, but this is the end of mine, and this is the part, go ahead, where, you know, I get to talk about things in a different perspective, because my life, it was not this when I grew up. I grew up, I never knew my father, and I never knew why I was different than everybody else in my family. Height, look, everything different. And I never knew why I wanted to do all this. And I just knew it was in here, and I had to do it. I just had to do it. I want to do it. I want to entertain people. I want to make them laugh. I want to make people happy. I want to just make you all happy and feel like you got the best and the most out of each experience in life. And a few years back, about 7 years ago, I got hit with something right when my career was right at its peak. I was doing Ninja Turtles and Johnny Test and Obi-Wan and all the friends, all that started. And my wife and I were about to adopt our daughter from China. And we bought this house that was going to be the place where we raised her and start our family. And it was a money pit. And it just had everything wrong. Electrical, gas leaks, everything you could imagine. And we had black toxic mold in the walls. And I'm the one that found it. And I got exposed to it. And it took something that I could never imagine it would take. It took my voice. I came down with such massive laryngitis and throat infections for months. And it took 2 years to get my voice back to where it was. And I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it. I thought, everything's great. And that's actually why I want to talk to you all. Every single person in this room has a dream that they have held on to, and sometimes you're going to let go of it. And I want to tell you right now, please, 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 please don't let go of your dream, okay? It's going to get hard. You're going to hit walls. You're going to get obstacles, but you can do it. If I can stand up here, 5'4", 112 pounds, soaking wet, and do a bunch of voices like Fred Flintstone, you can do whatever, because you are all amazing. You have been created to be amazing, so do amazing things. You don't have to change the world. You have to change your world. And so if you've got friends here today, get your friends to be encouraged and encourage them back. You can just, you can do it. You can grab on to those dreams and take them and go with them in places you never have. And you're gonna get hitting obstacles, okay? You're gonna hit them. Use them to make you stronger. If this didn't happen, I wouldn't have been where I am now. I had to change my diet, my life, the water, everything I ate and drank. I had to change all of it. But you know what? I'm so much of a better person now for doing it, and I've learned so much more. So take those obstacles, embrace them, love them, cherish them, and make a better life for yourself and all the people around you. I know all of you can do it. And remember, you heard a lot of people here today, but it was all simply one man. Throat. But it was
many voices. You have been witness to the most daredevil, the magician of mimicry, the little guy with a big voice in the little padded room.
Talking to myself. God bless you.